Okay, we are back. I hope you guys had fun making beads, rolling them all. We are now going to start getting to the hot stuff. So let them know. First thing we're going to get out our hot pot. We're going to get out some clear embossing enamel, and we're also going to get out a metallic embossing enamel. Use the gold. Let's put that off to the side just for now. And we've got some patterned paper that we're going to be using, and we took those and we turned those into patterned papered beads. So that step we've already finished. Let's get over to our hot pot, melting pot, plug it in. I like to use a really big, thick extension cord. That way I don't kick the cord on accident. I know where it is. I'm going to turn the setting all the way up to UTEE. That's way up here at the top, ultra thick embossing enamel. And I'm going to take my embossing enamel, my clear. I'm going to use about a teaspoon. We're going to be just doing a couple of beads. When you're working with the pot and the enamel, don't use a lot. Don't fill it up unless you're doing a big project. Go ahead and put the cover on it. We're going to take our bead and we're going to take the pointed skewer and poke it into the end of our bead. Just keep it about halfway and keep it fairly level. Take our lid off and look at that. It is all melted. We're going to dip the bead in halfway and we're going to pick it up a little bit. We're going to put it back down. We're going to pick it up and turn it a little bit. We're going to try to use weight with us. Okay, you get it, nice, halfway, not really much more than halfway. Pick up your bead, pick up your skewer, and then turn it. What you're doing is you're maneuvering the embossing enamel around the bead so that it doesn't drip in one direction and give you a long drop at the bottom here. I'm going to take my second skewer. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to take off my first skewer. I got really loud. I had to get close. I have to get close to the pot for this. Dip it back in and go again halfway. Cover the part of the bead that has not been covered with the enamel before. Pick it up and turn it. And turn it and turn it. Now this dries to the outside surface, to the air side, pretty quickly, but it's very hot, and because there are now 2 layers in some places, the heat is held inside. If you want to go and touch this right now, this is over 300 degrees. That's not what you want to be doing. Grab your skewer, poke it in the back end, turn a little bit. This end I'm going to pop off, and you'll see that the bead is pretty level. There's a couple little lumps and bumps in here. Yours may be lumpy or bumpier. You may have more that has dripped off. The sides of the pan are very hot as well. They're not as hot as the bottom, but they are very hot. You can take your bead, put it along the side, and quickly spin it so that you get the extra enamel off. Okay? Again, once you pull it out, you're going to want to turn it and turn it so that it dries. Then you take this, set it down on your surface. Gold embossing powder, and I want to show you this. I'm like that guy that sells the ShamWow. I'm going to do this in real time. Put just a little bit over on the side. A little bit. And almost by the time I come back to it, it's already melted. This is a hot pot. Take our bead in our skewer. If it gets a little stuck on the skewer, you can poke one end. You can loosen it up till it comes off. You can roll it off, and if all else fails, take out your embossing gun, heat it up a little bit, and it'll come off the skewer. Okay. Back on, dip the edge in the gold. Pick it up. No, you just like the clear, keep turning. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Pop it through. Pop it through. I'm going to just clean that edge a little bit. dip the tip just to pop it through. Now I don't want to touch the end here, but I'm going to touch the middle of the bead because it's been cooling. I'm going to put it back on the other end of the skewer. Again, dip in the gold. It's nice and coated in gold. Pick it up. Get that end, all the little excess covered. Take and poke through. And dip again. And you can just keep dipping and poking until you get it to look the way that you want. The reason I keep poking is because I don't want to lose that hole. I am making a bead. Something is going to go through here eventually. If your hole ends up closing, that's fine. You can use a pokey tool. You can heat it up with your embossing gun and just poke it right through, and it'll work. And there we have a bead with gold on the edges, and it gives a nice little touch.